Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from My Stand Gamers, and welcome. So today we're back in the world of Stormworks, where I'm having a little bit more of a mess around with a few different creations, as well having a bit of an experiment. Well, I'll just show you when we get on the ground. Basically, we're going to attempt to load a cargo container onto a truck, then load that onto a ferry. So it should be quite interesting indeed. But first of all, we need to land this plane that I decided to take off. It's a really lovely little model, to be honest. The runway is just over there, so we're just going to bring it down to a rather low level of flight. We've got our sort of lighting on in various conditions, so we need to bring our landing gear down. We've accessed that. You can see they dropped out the bottom. We're going to reduce speed ever so slightly, bring it around. Okay, reduce speed a little bit more. And a tad more. Okay, it's not a very straight landing by the look of it. A little bit more speed reduction, and we'll plonk it right on the tarmac there. Pull it up, bring the nose up, and there we go. Quite a smooth landing, but still could be a little bit more. Reverse thrust, hit them parking brakes, and shut off them engines. Lovely. Right on the tarmac, right next to the truck and the cargo container over there. Let's have a look at them. But first of all, we do need to get ourselves out of this vehicle. So at the back here, what's really cool, they've used these logic blocks, and as I've been playing this over the last few days, I've been learning a little bit more on how to wire various different components up. So there we go, we've got a little bit of a ramp drop down to the back. Let's have a look at the truck, let's have a look at the cargo container, as well as the cargo loading system. So first off, all of these items have been created from different creators on the Steam Workshop. And it's just amazing how it can come together and use the different blocks in the game. One of my favourite ones at the moment that I'm still learning about is these magnetic sort of coupling type blocks that allow you to connect and move different blocks around. It's very cool indeed. So we'll just close up this container here. There's nothing in it at the moment. We'll load that, lock that both into position, and then we get ourselves into the cargo loader. So in this little vehicle, you might have seen something very similar around various different docks. We'll start the engine up. We'll take the parking brake off and we'll move ourselves into position. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend the arms out, arms extended out, turn the engine back on because Aaron hit the wrong key. So then we're going to hit number 3, 4, and engine back on because Aaron keeps hitting the wrong bloody key. And then we rotate it around with the 4 key, and we should have our cargo sort of prongs long enough to actually connect up with the top. So let's just check it. There we go, yes we do. So a little bit of movement. Let's bring up the actual loader so it actually connects to the top of the pallet, or the cargo container in this case, and then we drop ourselves back down. Let's see if we're lined up. Okay, that one is. So we're going to hit ourselves number 6. That'll lock them both into position, and we're going to give it a little bit of rearward sort of power and see if we can connect up that second magnetic point. There we go, snapped into position perfectly. So now it's locked on. We can just lift up the cargo container, and at the same time we're just going to tilt the whole system backwards like that. So you can see these hinge blocks there, these different sort of piston blocks that are pulling it up. And now it's locked into position, we can attempt to move it over to the truck. So let's reverse that up. The weight of this cargo container is extremely heavy, and there's multiple ways you could do this. If you wanted to transport this cargo container, there's kind of like missions in this from what I figured out. And what you could do with the particular missions is transport different items, rescue different items. And if this was the particular mission, ship a certain item to a certain location, you could transport it by plane, you could have a big cargo helicopter pick it up. I'm just adding layers, really, of complexity to it by putting it in the truck and then attempting to put the truck on the ferry. So that looks good. And then we need to hit the parking brake. And we also need to activate the various parts on the container. So hit that bottom mag lock. The bottom ones on the truck have not lit up, so that probably means we need to activate them, which is it is the 40-foot container. So click that into position, locked, lovely, very simple. And then we head back up into the cockpit. Let's hit our number 6, disengage that, and we can just reverse ourselves away very slowly and fold up the rest of our systems. So there we go, folded up, ready to be used again on a different cargo container. So what we need to do now is bring this over to the sand dune area. It's a bit of a heavy duty truck, and especially when we've got one of them containers loaded up on the back, it can definitely slow us down. So interior lights, let's whack them on, and let's start the engine up, turn the little key, disengage the parking brake. We don't want to disengage the other system, that is the trailer hitch. You can see the ship is actually over there in the the sort of dock area, the Stormworks dock. And the best way of loading it on, I figured out, is kind of just taking it to the sand, lowering the ramp of the ferry, and then getting it onto it. So it should go quite smooth if we do everything right. Now, knowing my luck, I'll end up bloody in the sea next to it, but we'll just have to see exactly what happens when Aaron's not in control. So we're going to have to kind of account for the truck being quite heavy, and it's probably slow down a little bit earlier than I would like to. So I'll move the ferry into position. We're going to attempt to get the truck aboard in one smooth action. Let's have a look. Okay, give it a bit of gas. Let's see if we can get this heavy cargo container up. Lovely. Okay, oh no, the trailer's looking a bit funky. Oh no, we nearly came off the side there as well. Okay, hit the brakes. Hit the brakes, Aaron, quick before we go overboard. Whew. Right, we've got the truck aboard. But getting it off is going to be a little bit more difficult because I went a little bit ham there with the accelerator when I shouldn't have. So let's attempt to bring the ramp up. Let's see if we can do this correctly the first time. Lovely, disengage that mag lock. Put that one up, and finally the last little ramp. All we're going to do to keep this dead simple is we're just going to attempt to unload the truck over there on that other beach. You can just see there in the distance. Oh god, we may have broken this as well. Aaron, calm yourself down. There we go, that's right. That's not right, that needs to go way down. There we go. That should fix things, perhaps? Have I broken another perfectly good ship? It looks like I have. There we go. We'll leave that doing whatever it's doing there. I think it'll work. It'll always work out in the end. So the truck's been rammed on. We can get ourselves up to the cabin quarters and then bring this fine ship into dock with all of our goods intact, I hope. As long as it doesn't go overboard. Start the engine up. Get back on the helm. Reverse this guy up, bring it a slight turn, and we'll head over to that beach. Oh, we're listing. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. Oh, the trailers pulling to the left. Looks like we're going, maybe even going down with the ship here at this moment. So what I'm going to attempt to do is I'm going to attempt to turn it even more sharply, so we can possibly self-right ourselves. Could possibly be working, maybe not. And then I'm just going to jam it into full throttle forward. And we'll see what happens there. It's not looking like the most even sort of ride. I mean, if that boat kind of arrived in port like that with some really valuable goods on it, you probably wouldn't bat an eyelid, really, would you? You'd be quite happy with it landing on your beach like that. I mean, maybe if it was like an army vessel and they landed like that, you might be a bit, I doubt their efficiency and whatnot. Okay, so we're bringing it into the harbour. We're not going to disengage our thrusters. We're going to go straight up onto the beach. But what we will do is already begin lowering the ramp as we're going in here. So there we go. Straight into the beach, no problem. The controls are almost underwater. Put that one down. That should be working nicely. Put that one down. Put that one down. Ah, look at that. It's managed to self-right itself as well. We should be able to get this off in no time. Pop ourselves into the driver's control area. There we go. Fire this thing up. Get that parking brake off if we can. Fire that into full reverse and let's get this truck off if we possibly can. Oh no, please don't be stuck. Well, it looks like we've managed to get the thing stuck. It probably doesn't help that we're at such a steep angle. So anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, just showing you some more of the possibilities of Stormworks and the mad... Oh, we managed to sink the back of the ship as well. It's not gone very well for us. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you'd like to see next time. I'm thinking about messing around possibly with an aircraft carrier, trying to land some sort of jet on it. But if I've not done very well at just getting a truck on a sort of barge, it's not going to go very well, is it? Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you